the why I teach. So, trying to upload videos to YouTube, I discovered some videos on YouTube that were helpful with uploading them. And so, from that exposure to YouTube, I ran across two teacher YouTubers. One, Michelle Frey from Pocketful of Primary, and then Latanya Robinson from Smarty Style. Michelle is a teacher that's great with technology, and Latanya Robinson, I just really like her style as far as her classroom decor, her clothing, her home decor, and even her language usage. But the reason why I decided to become a teacher YouTuber, as outstanding these two educators were in their own right, in their own style, whatever they were doing, they were frustrated over their careers. Because they were frustrated, I figured that I could offer teachers something. I'm not great with technology or style, but I am good, great, and grand with building relationships with my students. I will start with why I think I am good, grand, and great with some things that I've received from my students and parents. This is the side of my desk. This is how I walk into my classroom. I love walking into my classroom and seeing things for my students. This is a calendar that was made by a student. And as you can see, she has included my Marvelous Mondays, Terrific Tuesdays, Wonderful Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Fantastic Friday. Another item, just a nice plaque, purple, Mrs. G is the best. And I also like to get pictures of students who give me these items just so I can remember when I'm 90 years old that finest and brightest cared enough about Mrs. Glaspie to make this for me. Another one of my really dear to heart gifts from one of my students is this book, Why You're the Best Teacher Ever. And here's the student holding that. And this was given to me. This student started an after-school program, Breakthrough 52, a Christian club after school. And I helped out with that. And this is something that at the end of the school year, and inside he took the time to write out different reasons why he thinks I'm the best teacher ever. And then I just love this nameplate that one of my former finest and brightest made in his art class, I do believe. And here's a picture of him. Another one of my favorites, just this little poster here that was made with the purple stars and my name spelled out, Mrs. Glaspie. M, marvelous mentor. R, reliable role model. S, superior scholar. G, gracious guide. L, loyal leader. A, awesome academic. S, stellar supervision. P, personable professor. I, incredible instructor. E, excellent educator. And then just some of the things that I try to inspire my students daily with words like Marvelous Monday and their super students and my fantastic first period. And this student, just on the side of that poster, she has, thank you for being the best math teacher ever. And then she signed her name and also one of your finest and brightest thinking third period. And I always ask students to put dates on things if they give me something just so I can remember. Okay, another special piece that I would like to share, a gift from a student, this wonderful plaque with the days that I say, Marvelous Monday, Terrific Tuesday, and my favorite color, purple. And this was given to me by these two young ladies. One was a student of mine with my last set of 8th graders, and then later her sister was part of my first set of 6th graders. And when the student that was in the 6th grade graduated from 8th grade, or the celebration from 8th grade, the two of them brought this wonderful plaque, and here's the picture when they brought it in. I was crying, boohooing, and everything, but there is that nice plaque with my days and just the things, when you do not think words make a difference, they totally make a difference. And these self-made items or personal items that students have created, I want to get a full view of it. Another piece right here, just a big sign here. A student really did not have, lots of money or things like that, but just picked a purple piece of construction paper and just a thank you. sprinkled it in there. Piece that is near and dear to my heart. About 5 years ago, a student with special needs was in my math class, and one of the projects they had for Black History Month was to pick an African American hero, and this young man picked Mrs. Glaspie as his hero. I would like to share, even though I have students in math class, I love when they share their other abilities. Here's a student that was in my honors math class, but he was also a great artist, had wonderful artistic abilities, and so he drew this self-portrait for me of himself. I want to share this email from a parent. Another reason why I know I am good, grand, and great with building relationship with my students. So this is the email I received on one of those days feeling frustrated about my profession, and I'm going to read the whole thing. It says, Miss Glaspie, my name is, my children are, both of whom had you as a teacher in 6th grade. They equally adored you and claimed that you were by far their favorite teacher evident by the fact that when a new school year begins and there's an open house, they want to come to your room and say hello before they even meet their new teachers. I watched last evening as you were at the football game and realized just how many students clearly felt the same way. One by one, they made their way up to your bleacher to give you a hug and say hello. You must have easily been approached by 40 to 50 different students throughout the 1 hour you were there, ranging from middle school to high school age. Each child had a smile on their face as they greeted you, as if recalling why you were so special to them. I am so impressed as a parent to see this. Too often, the teachers these days are disconnected from students and are too busy to make time to acknowledge each and every individual the way that you did. And you remembered most of their names, which in itself is quite impressive. I just want the district, the school, and all your colleagues to see you as an example of how to do things right. Thank you for making each of these kids feel important and cared for. Thank you for making your class a place of learning and fun that leaves a lasting impression on so many students. You exemplify all that a teacher should be. Your passion and your positivity are deeply inspiring, and I want you to know that you have touched me personally by being all that you are to so many kids. And then there's a picture of her 2 sons that I have had the pleasure of being part of my super students. And again, that was a letter that helped me on one of those days that these 2 teacher YouTubers were experiencing. But I also wanted to share that just to let you know, you may not get technology tips for me or any kind of style tips, but I am good, grand, and great at building relationships with my students. Now, one person who has influenced me the most as being an educator is another educator that I was blessed to work with for 8 years. And I do have permission to use her name, Samela Kendrick. And this educator not only helped me develop as an educator, but personally as well. The Beatitudes she used in her classroom, and it was just amazing to see students when we go on trips, our Chicago trip, and on the way back from the bus, they all saying the Beatitudes together. It was like, it was their own way of communicating as a family. At the end of the school year, at the 8th grade celebrations, to see the look on their faces as they recite the words in the Beatitudes and all together, that we are one unit, even though we are all different. It was very impactful on the students, and that's why I use it to this day to adjust my students' attitude for learning. Samela Kendrick was also instrumental in me realizing how important it is to build relationship with students as well. So there are 2 other items that I would like to show you that I have in my classroom to keep me inspired that are direct results of this excellent educator that still to this day inspires me and encourages me. Okay, she retired perhaps 10 years ago, and I was able to select whatever I want out of her classroom. And for those of you that know Smarty Style and how wonderful her classroom looks, this teacher, Samela, had an absolute positively outstanding classroom that created an environment of you actually being in a rainforest. But I was able to pick out whatever I want out of her classroom, and this is one item that I select. It's a poster titled Advice from a Tree. And this is an inspiring poster, not just for me, but I also want my students to be inspired by this poster. It says, stand tall and proud, sink your roots into the earth, be content with your natural beauty, go out on a limb, drink plenty of water, remember your roots, enjoy the view. And then all of the words that I use, like Marvelous Monday and Terrific Tuesday, are results of a professional development that I attended with her just so that I could spend more time with her before she retired. And then here is another example of how this educator instilled in me how important it is to build relationships with students. This is the picture of us together at a spelling bee of the beautiful educator that I'm talking about right there. But to show you how important building those relationships, that young man is pictured there as an 8th grader. And here is this young man who returned at least, I'll say, 12 years later to share his story with me as to how he made it. Sacred Sunday, it is September 20th, 2020, 4:13 p.m. I am on my way downtown. I am trying to end my Why I Teach vlog, and there is something downtown that I think will put a nice touch to that vlog. So I will check in later. Okay, it is now 4:28, and I have found what I was looking for. I was talking about the excellent educator who has had major influence in my life, Samela Kendrick, to me, but to our entire community. So here is a plaque right downtown, and I am going to turn it around so you can get a great look at this. So this is a full view of the plaque, and then many names have been added since my girl, there's her name right there, Samela Kendrick, 2007, along with other great educators in our community. And it is in honor of this plaque here. And this just speaks to the type of educator that I was blessed to work with. So I am just going to end my vlog on Why I Teach in front of this wonderful plaque in honor of excellent educators in our community, including the one that I was blessed to work with for 8 years. If you found something as far as a tip, tool, or truth, please hit subscribe, share, like, and comment. And most importantly, please do not have a good day. Have a good, grand, and great one. Peace.